I don't think. Here's the thing. When it comes to switching from KSI Fournier, let's switch over to Deji and
Let's go
Swarmz.
down the card.
Let's go down the card. Yeah, we started main event. Now we're going co-main event. Deji Swarmz. I saw on Twitter, a lot of people were praising Deji. They were saying, "Oh, this is the best Deji performance we've seen to date." And to an extent, that is true. He dominated every single round. Swarmz didn't really put up a fight. Deji really just did whatever he really wanted to right in that fight, which showed his dominance, and then it got a good reaction from the public. But here's the thing: a Deji versus Fournier wouldn't happen, mainly because I think Fournier is like way too heavy for Deji. Deji's fighting at 170, I believe. He's pretty light at 170. Fournier like 180, 190, somewhere around there. He's a cruiserweight. And second off, it's too much of a risk for Deji. As you can see, his last two opponents, or three opponents, I mean, if you don't minus the Mayweather fight, his last two opponents on Misfits are Fuzi and Swarmz, two fighters who aren't very high pedigree.
Bums.
Yeah, they're not very high pedigree bums. Not good fighters. And so, from fighting Swarmz to fighting Fournier is too big of a step up for Deji. And plus, here's the thing: Deji's not disciplined. He's clearly shown that he's not very committed to the sport. He says he is, but after his fight against Swarmz, Leon ended up tweeting out saying how Deji took 3 months off and had to lose, I think, 9 kg in I don't remember how much weeks. And that the Deji that fought Swarmz last night was the Deji at only 60%, and that he hopes that this fight against Swarmz knocks some sense into Deji and makes him try to use 100% of commitment towards the sport. But here's the thing: the fact that he's already like not even committed shows that he has not learned from his past mistakes, from the fight against Jake Paul to Vinny Hacker, that catastrophe, to the Wasabis, all those other losses that he took. It shows that he still has not learned. He's not committed, and I think that's his biggest flaw in his game.
Yeah, they it's not a flex being lazy. Like it's not a flex. I don't know why they'd say that, acting like it's a good thing. Like, oh look, it's only 60%. It's like you signed the fight. You knew how much time you had between when you signed and the fight. So it's your responsibility as a fighter to train adequately. So if you don't put the work in, you can't complain and be like, oh well, I was only 60%. I was only this and that. Well, that's your fault. It's your responsibility to, dial yourself in, lock yourself in, and work hard. And just like you said, it showed, because this problem has been in his, let's say, boxing career since the very beginning. Since the very beginning, KSI, when he was training with KSI, KSI told him, like, you're not training hard. You're not working hard. And still, again, in his most recent fight, when people are like now saying, oh, he's the better Deji now, and he's new and reformed Deji, he's still not training. So it's like, either he's going to keep on fighting opponents which he knows he can beat in, when he's not in the best shape, or he's actually going to, like, lock in, work hard, and start climbing up the ladder, fighting harder and harder opponents. The choice is his.
Yeah. Well, just style-wise, like boxing, stuff like that, he's definitely improved from Jake, Vinny Hacker, to even Alex Bobby to now. I think it's a different Deji, it's a 2.0 Deji, but that problem still consists, still a recurring theme, which is being inconsistent and undedicated. I don't know if he's even motivated. There's all those things that are playing to a factor that are still, those are his demons, still there. So hopefully, if this is him at 60% and not having the right training, not the right preparation, I would like to see how far Deji can go, just in his boxing career, to see how it goes.
Well, he won't go very far, unless he fights like people like, just like you said, like Fuzi and Swarm. It's like these guys aren't the cream of the crop. Like, you're not going to be calling yourself top 10 pound for pound if you're fighting Fuzi and Swarms.
Yeah, I feel people are gonna start. I mean, he's already been on some people's pound for pound for like top 10, and more so with his performance against Swarmz. But like what you said, those two opponents aren't credible to put you in that caliber of fighters. And here's the thing: I think Deji's next move should be a Alex Wasabi rematch. Uh, this would clearly be a higher scale of opponents compared to Swarmz and Fuzi. And Wasabi has shown that he's not afraid to throw hands. He actually lets his hands go. He's actually aggressive, like against iDubbbz. He was clearly like putting his hands on iDubbbz. He was lighting up iDubbbz at many points during the fight. Just his stamina was an issue. But yeah, Deji's next move should be a Alex Wasabi rematch. And if he wins, then he should definitely look forward to making more bigger fights against tougher guys. But if he loses, I'm not sure if he's gonna be willing to continue boxing.
Yeah, we've already given him a lot, or not me, but the public. The public.
Let's get one thing straight.
The internet has given him a lot of chances. Like just like you mentioned, we don't even want to talk about that catastrophe with Vinny Hacker. Like no one wants to mention that. Everyone is like, they skip over that now. It's like,
it never happened.
Yeah, like it's not very, So Deji, he's had some tough moments in his boxing career, and his fans have stuck by him, and the internet has stuck by him, and they've given him another chance, multiple chances. And so they better, he better perform. Like we're expecting performances, not just against Swarmz and Fuzi. Like, okay, maybe he wants to get some in the win column and then start fighting better fighters. Okay, well, show us that. Like he called out Liam Payne. Who is that?
I don't know.
Some artist? Like what is like you're gonna whoop his ass like Deji? Of course you're gonna whoop his ass, but that doesn't prove anything. That doesn't prove that you're a better fighter. That doesn't prove that you're working harder. That doesn't prove that you're more dedicated to the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna show anything. You're gonna fight bums. You get some wins. Like, cool. That's dope. But don't take yourself. Don't call yourself like a real, YouTube boxer. Don't call yourself like you're taking this seriously, because it's pretty clear that you're not. And from your coach's comment, it's clear that you're not.
Yeah, it's like almost like blind confidence, no? Like beating a whole bunch of bums and then actually believing like
saying you're like top 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Deji's in a little tough situation because the level opposition within around that weight class, like Slim would sleep Deji. Anthony Taylor would beat him.
Oh yeah, Anthony Taylor beat him.
Are they around the same weight, or is it like a 10-pound?
Yeah.
Same weight?
Yeah. And I think Taylor said he could go lower.
Even lower than that. Yeah.
So.
And then I don't know if Salt Poppy
could beat him. Some people would beat it. Yeah.
Weight. Yeah, so it's a tough situation. So if Deji really wants to see this boxing thing as a long term, he has to make those hard decisions and say, let's hope for the best and see how much I can improve with, every fight. So hopefully get my name within those top 5, top 3 of the
division.
Yeah, division.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to Deji and the opponents he could possibly face, I feel he should really back away from fighting fighters with high output, with high volume of punches, like an Anthony Taylor who would just put aggressive, just be aggressive and stuff like that against you. Because essentially that's what Alex Wasabi did.